Hello, welcome to Real Soccer Talk. My name is Shaku. I'm back again. I haven't given any updates in the Premier League for the past couple of weeks, and gonna give my own prediction for match day week 32, match week 32 of this Premier League this weekend after the international break, and there's a lot of controversial things that's been happening surrounding the transfer window this summers, and but I'm not gonna touch on that. So that's gonna be as time goes on. But today I'm gonna talk about my prediction for match week 32 and also talk a little bit about match week 31 from the last game before the international break. And then we're gonna go with the game at Bournemouth that we were robbed. At the end of 2-2, we lost that game. We lost 2 points on that game. The game ended up at 2-2. And then we had the game against Liverpool and Brighton um, for that game. And Brighton come up with a win on that game, beating Liverpool 2-1. And then they have Fulham and Burnley. Obviously, Fulham win that game. And they have Everton and Chelsea. Everton beats uh, Chelsea 3-0 on that day. Leeds and Brentford was a tie game. Newcastle and Sunderland. Sunderland take the 3 points in that game. Aston Villa and West Ham. Aston Villa took the 3 points on that game. And then Spurs went down to Nottingham Forest by losing 3-0. Now, this week, March day 32, we're going to talk about the games that have been playing. And so this weekend, we had the first game already played today, Friday. We have West Ham and Wolves. West Ham won 4-0 for the first time. They won that game fair and square. I watched bits and bits of that game this Friday, but they end up winning 4-0 and have the 3 points. So currently they're out of the relegation zone until all the games are played on the weekend. So they won 4-0 against Wolves. And then tomorrow, another game, Arsenal against Bournemouth. Arsenal, with all the injury problems they have, on paper, they should win that game. But then Bournemouth has been really in good form lately from the previous games. So I will see that game go with the draw by 2-2. Arsenal dropping points again, giving Manchester City to close the gap on them again. And then we have Brentford and Everton. Both teams are in a good form, so I'll see that game a draw, a 1-1 as well. Burnley and Brighton. Brighton should win that game easily, but you can never predict, underestimate this little team, especially if they got nothing to lose. So they should win that. Brighton should win that game fair and square. Liverpool against Fulham. Liverpool lost that game last time before the international break. And Fulham also in very good form, and they're a very tricky team to beat. So I would go on paper, Liverpool should win that game, but I will go for a draw, 2-2 on that game. Crystal Palace and Newcastle, that game should be also a challenging game based on the forms of both teams. But I think Newcastle should win that game fair and square. So I'll go for 2-1 to Newcastle. And then Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest. Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest. Aston Villa won their last game. Nottingham Forest also won their last game against Tottenham. So I would go for a draw on that game. So I would go for like a 2-2 draw on that game. Sunderland and Spurs. Now, this is the game where Spurs needs to win to kind of lift them up a little bit, because if they lose that game on Sunday, that means they are going down this season to be relegated. And next Sunday is going to be the game that determines who gets relegated and who doesn't. So they need to win that game. And if Sunderland win it, then that means Spurs are going to go down for sure. Chelsea and Manchester City. That's the game of the weekend. So with Chelsea losing last time, City winning last time, and City should win that game at Stamford Bridge. Now, depending on how this that guy Liam set up the team, it should be a very interesting game to watch on Sunday. So, but I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win to Manchester City. The last game on Monday, on the 13th, so that'll be Manchester United against Leeds United. Manchester United should win that game at Old Trafford very easy, especially with the form that we are in. I think that's going to be a very interesting game to play. And Leeds, another easy game to play. Again, we only have to not underestimate them, and then we should be good. So that's my prediction for this weekend. So I think Manchester United is going to win 3-1 to Manchester United at Old Trafford for that game. And then that's my prediction for this weekend. And then I'll keep on updates throughout the weekend as the game goes.